Guten Tag, welcome back to CFC TV. This is my review of the Leicester City versus Chelsea match. We lost the game 2-0, and yeah, let's start with the lineup. It was exactly the same as against Porto. Courtois in goal, Ivanovic, John Terry, Zuma, and Azpilicueta. And Nemanja Matic, Ramirez, and behind the striker Hazard, Oscar, and Willian, and up front it was Diego Costa again. The first half was absolutely dreadful. Like one of the worst that I've ever seen us play. We didn't do anything going forward. We had one header to the top of the bar by Matic, but that was the only sort of chance we had in the first half. The only chance we had. To make things worse, Hazard picked up an injury after around 30 minutes. I don't understand how exactly he managed to get himself injured there. But you know, Vardy sort of got a touch to him, like his hip with his his knee, and then he fell down, landed pretty hard on his hip as well. But I was really confused why he had to be brought off for that. But what can you do? And just about a few minutes later, Vardy scored for them, the 1-0, a great cross by Mahrez and a beautiful run by him. But to be honest, Zuma could have spotted it and could have done something about it, not gonna lie. But yeah, the first half was absolutely dreadful. One of the worst, as I said, one of the worst performances in that I've ever seen us. Then after the break, basically, it couldn't have started any worse. Mahrez made it 2-0. Poor defending by Azpilicueta. It was a cross by Albrighton, and Mahrez was standing in the box when he took the ball down, and for some reason Matic was in the middle of the box with Terry and Zuma, and Mahrez was on his own, and then Azpilicueta tried to close him down, but Mahrez just went one way and then the other way, and then just beautiful goal, hit it the far corner, beautiful struck goal. Nothing Courtois could have done about it. But what was Azpilicueta doing? I do not know. And well, after that, Jose reacted. He took John Terry off and brought Cesc Fabregas on to play 3 at the back. And all of us have known that Fabregas hasn't been playing well lately, but he changed the game for us, a favour. The second he was on, we started to control the game. We started to have the ball. We started to not just square it around. We actually started to put the ball in where it's dangerous, And after around 60 minutes, I think, Diego Costa had a great chance, a beautiful pass by Cesc Fabregas, great touch by Costa, and he was one-on-one with the keeper, tried to, just roll it in the bottom corner, but Schmeichel had his foot there. Costa would have scored that blind last season. I don't even know how he didn't score. I mean, it was a good save, but because Schmeichel had his leg on the floor, and Costa didn't take the ball off the floor to shoot in the goal. He just rolled it like a pass, which is usually a nice finish because then the keeper can't get that with his hand. But in this case, it obviously wasn't. And then from the corner after that missed chance by Costa, Ivanovic missed the open goal. It was a cross towards the far corner, and Ivanovic, the goalkeeper, I'm not sure if he came out or something, but Ivanovic was there at the far post, and he just had to tap it in, but he sort of touched the ball with his heel, and he sort of went along the goal, if not backwards, instead of in the goal, which is, that is so much worse than Diego Costa's miss. Even, I know Diego Costa is a striker, and Ivanovic is a right back, / centre back, but every player in the whole wide world, league football and non-league football, should score that goal, not gonna lie. And after 77 minutes, Remy got got one goal back. Beautiful cross by Pedro, and right positioning by him, and he put it in. So overall, talking about the players, Courtois couldn't have done anything about the goals. He picked up a few good crosses, he caught them. Ivanovic, he wasn't good, but he wasn't that bad, let's be honest. Zuma obviously, as I said, was kind of a fault for the first goal, but you know, it was such a great cross and such a great run by Vardy that I'm not gonna really blame him. John Terry didn't really do anything badly. He couldn't have got to the Vardy goal, and nothing he could have done about Demare's goal. As I said, it was basically Azpilicueta's fault. Azpilicueta was dreadful. Like his passing was dreadful. As I said, he was poor for the goal. He got done by Mahrez. I know Mahrez is a great player and doing really well at the moment and full of confidence, but still he did really badly. I'm just so annoyed by that. Matic in the first half was basically the only one that sort of tried. Ramirez didn't do anything all game in my opinion. I didn't see anything. Hazard was, I think, next to Matic, the only player that actually tried in the first half. Obviously he got subbed off because of the injury after half an hour. Pedro was, you know, he assisted the goal. He was quite decent. Oscar did nothing all game. Willian, probably his worst performance for us, but still, especially in the second half, he was decent. Costa had a bit of a weird one in the first half, but in the second half he did well, I think. Obviously he missed a huge chance, but you know, he got himself in good positions, and I think he did a lot better in the second half. He was offside a few times in the first half, which was a little bit annoying as well, and you know, just falling over all the time. I'm not sure if I mentioned Pedro came on for Hazard in the first half, obviously, after Hazard was injured. But yeah, you know, first half was dreadful. The second half, I think we were actually quite good. After Fabregas came on and we went to 3 at the back, we were actually quite good. We dominated them. We were a little bit unlucky, as I said, not to score. We could, not gonna lie, if we would have scored in the 60th minute with Costa or Ivanovic, either one of them two chances, which obviously the Ivanovic chance wouldn't have happened if Costa wouldn't have missed that goal because it was the corner after. But I think we might have even won that game. I know it sounds ridiculous after what I've just said about the first half performance, but we were so dominant in the second half, and we had like actually quite a few chances, and I think if we would have scored that one goal, I think we could have got a draw, maybe even a win. But you know, that was it for me. It was another defeat. I hope Jose doesn't get sacked, but you know, you have to think about it. We were playing the league leaders. I know I said we could win the game 1-0, but it didn't turn out like that. They were still, we sort of took the game in our hands, which was a little bit of a stupid idea, I think. But they sort of didn't give us a chance because they just sat back. In a few, like obviously when they realised how badly we were doing in the first half, they sort of started controlling the game as well. But we had so much more possession overall. They hit on the counter mainly, and we couldn't properly hit the counter. We had one counter attack and couldn't really finish it out because Remy sort of tried to do something stupid instead of having a shot. But yeah, you know, I think next week is Sunderland. We have to, you know, kick on from here. Keep the blue flag flying high, and see you next time. What can you do? Up to Chelsea.